Hi, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Life Lessons Learned. And as you can see from this video, Reed couldn't read the room. So let me explain. This is a series of either online dating or regular normal dating that I've had with people over the years and the lessons that I've learned from them. Now, remember, the proof of a lesson learned is the application of it. So that means we're applying as we move forward in life the things that we've learned on this journey. So on this particular date, we will call him Reed. Um, we never use the real name, so just to let everyone else out there know if you haven't seen my previous videos. But if you have, then you already know as I'm getting to meet people and start to date, I'm very, very, very cautious in the first few months. So I don't, know where they live. They don't know where I live. I don't know where they work. They don't know where I work. That's just kind of a way to protect ourselves as during the stages that we're getting to know one another. And you'll find out why in some of my videos this proved to be a very good thing to do going forward. But in any event, this was a gentleman that I had been talking to and going out with for about maybe 5 or 6 weeks. So we were pretty much getting to know each other and, um, liking what we saw, liking what we heard, moving things along. This was quite a few years ago. So some of these dating experiences would be from my past and some would be not not so much in the past. Well, this particular guy really was and they all were, I mean, from the beginning, nice guys, very respectful, mannerable, can hold a conversation, witty, sharp-minded, I mean, similar to what I am. I like a good conversation. I'm pretty well read, educated, um, all of those things. So, as things were moving along, this guy had asked me if I would be willing to come over to his house for dinner. Now, again, we had gone out to quite a few places. We've done some coffee dates and we did done some dinner dates to restaurants and things like that. So, I had gotten to know him pretty well, and hopefully he'd gotten well. I thought he had gotten to know me. I mean, yeah, as well as you can for someone that you're just getting to know and you haven't really done anything with, um, but go out, and talk and see what interests you have. So of course, in order for me to go to his house for dinner, I would have to know where he lived. So we got that information out of the way and um, had set up a date. Well, and when I get there, place is beautiful. I mean, it's immaculate. And he was always a neat, clean person anyway. So I give him that. Not that I'm not. As you can see, I'm pretty, I won't say obsessed with it, but I do like a nice, neat, clean place. And I like things to be in their place. So that way I'm not looking for stuff. I know where it's at and that kind of thing. But I digress. So I get there and oh my goodness, you guys, it was smelling delicious. Whatever it was he was cooking, I was like, this is going to be a nice meal if nothing else. So we commenced to, and we're adults, so we had wine with our meal. Not that that has, well, maybe it does have something to do with the story. I don't know. I never drink more than one drink when I'm out for two reasons. Number one is I want to keep my bearings about me. And number two is if I've driven to a place, I don't want to have I don't want to have had more than one drink. Now this was back in the day. Um, so I, I just I just don't, want the drinking and driving kind of thing. But again, I digress. So we're there having a good time, good conversation. Everything is going really well. After dinner, he asked if I would like to have some type of dessert, and I think he had, purchased a dessert, so he brought that out, and we sat and talked, and it was still kind of early yet because I think the dinner time was going to be at between 5:30 and 6. So by the time when I got there, everything was already, prepared, and the table was set. So we kind of just got into. sitting down, having the dinner, having conversation, and that kind of thing. So it was early yet. We were done, and he asked if I wanted to, if I would be interested in staying to watch a movie. Which, okay, that makes sense. You have dinner, you watch a movie. I mean, no big deal. And anyone that knows me knows I am a movie freak. Okay, I mean, I used to go to the movies with like once a week. I love almost all kind of movies except horror movies, but I like action, superhero, mystery, comedy, rom.com, whatever. But like I said, no horror because I'm a sissy when it comes to that. I'll be the one saying, "But how do I know vampires are not following me home tonight?" And my daughter's like, "Because they don't exist." I was like, "That we know of." But anyway, so I said, "Yeah, sure, we can watch something." And so he says to me, we go to the front room, the living room area where the TV and everything is at. And he says to me he'll be right back. He wants to get more comfortable. Now, anyone in their right mind, which isn't me, would know that getting more comfortable means, I guess now I know, slipping into something less dress, less something with a lot of less. But, I'm not thinking of that. I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't want to be, dressed. And okay, well, as I'm sitting there, trying to flip through to see what movie we would settle on, he comes out of the bedroom. And yeah, I was shocked. First of all, let me say, you've seen the scene. I'm not even, okay, I'm just going to say it because, as you know, I'm very straightforward. But he comes out of the bedroom into the living room with looking like Homer Simpson with nothing but his drawers on. Okay. So I'm like, okay, did I miss a cue here or did he miss a whole lot of cues? Now you have to remember, or for those of you that aren't familiar with me, like I said, I normally don't know where they live for the first few months. They don't know where I live. We keep it pretty, casual and neutral, and there's no necking or any of that during the time that I'm getting to meet someone. Because for me, those acts are kind of intimate. So I'm not, we're not holding hands, we're not smooching or kissing or filling on each other or any of the ways that you guys call making out. So we had never done any of those things. So for him to come out with nothing on but his underwear, as if he and I had been past first base and on the third, and he hit a home run before. Home run, Homer Simpson. But of course, I was shocked. So I'm sitting there going, "What the hell just happened?" And I guess, well, I'm sure by the look on my face, he knew he was out of line. And I don't mean just out of line. I mean out of line, out of bounds, making a foul, whatever you want to call it. But I was like, okay, what do I do? Where do we go from here? But anyway, he saw the look on my face and he was like, I am so sorry. He said, I when I told you I was going to get into something more comfortable, I thought you knew what that meant. And so I'm like, so you thought, just let me say this so that way you can see where my mind was going with all of this. So I said to him, so you thought that you were going to go and get undressed and then you were going to come out here and then what? I was going to also get undressed or you were going to undress me or I was going to undress myself. I mean, just be clear, we really weren't going to watch a movie then, right? Well, I'm thinking we were going to be the movie, I guess. But as you can imagine, like I said, the people that I go out with, there are certain boundaries that I set, just like I said, just by not even giving out personal information at first, that he he started to apologize profusely, said that he had no idea that I, you know, wasn't ready for that. I mean, on and on. So I was like, okay, I get it. You said you were going to slip into something more comfortable. Every time you see that in the movies, people come out half dressed or in a robe or with nothing on. I get it, but I don't get it because we're not in the movies. I'm not. I haven't been commissioned to play a part. So, as awkward as it was, of course, he ran back into the bedroom to get dressed, fully dressed. And he asked me, if I wanted him to walk me to the car. And honestly, I really didn't. But what do you say? So I was like, yeah, so the whole time, going out to the car, he's apologizing and telling me it won't happen again. And I'm thinking, oh, it damn sure won't. And okay, let me say this. I know that people do misread the room sometimes, or sometimes there's miscommunication, and there can be a genuine, sincere misunderstanding. I get all of that. But for me, I was just like shell shocked. And I was like, so we're supposed to go from 0 to 100 in a night? I, and I know people do that, but that's not me. So that let me know that he didn't know me as well. Well, he wouldn't have known me that well. It's only been 2 months or 6 weeks, but that let me know that he didn't. I'm like, did he know anything at all about me? I mean, yeah, that one was a weird one. And as you all know, when I get these signs, I don't, a pebble is enough for me, okay, to hit me in the back of my head. I don't need a whole boulder to come down or half of a mountain. So that may not have been a big red flag for many people. And they'd be like, oh, okay, it's kind of funny. He misread the room and, all's well that ends well. And I get that. But for me, I was like, I, I was actually too embarrassed for him and for me to pursue that, to even go any further with that. So, as you can imagine, just like some of these other events or tales that I've had in my life, he continued to call me for a while and he, kept apologizing and everything. But I was like, I don't, I didn't know how to take a next step from there. So, I mean, it's not like I cut him off completely. Sometimes if like we were in the same town, same small city. So if I saw him, I would, be cordial and things like that. But I was like, geez, what in the world is going on? And not necessarily with them, but I mean, he's probably thinking you're a grown woman, you've been married and divorced, you have 3 kids, you have to know how the story goes. And I do. I just have mine going at a slower pace than most people. That's okay with that. I don't judge people who, you know, move much more quickly than me. And it doesn't matter if they judge me because I'm going to live my life based on the standards and ideals that I have. So I was okay with all of that, but I was like, this guy's going to think I don't know. But anyway, that's how that one went. And like I said, I didn't see him I saw him like on at different events or different occasions or things like that, but was never he and I meeting again or going out or him calling me or anything like that. So, I mean, that's what happened with that. So these things, again, as I say, if there's something that's going on in a relationship, whether you're just getting to know someone or you've been knowing them for a while, sometimes I get it. People change. Maybe you're in a relationship and now this person is going, south and you're going north, or they're going east and you're going west. And it's just not no longer a good fit for you. Now people are going to be like, now she's advocating for separation and divorce and all that. I'm advocating for people living their lives the way they want to live their lives and understanding what works for them on the path that they're on. And if it's not working for the someone else, or it's going to be a more of a difficult, hard hurdle or journey for you, and both of you realize that things have changed. Things change, people change, the world changes. So anyway, that's that part of my whole, well, not the entire relationship series, because the next one I'm going to talk about has to do with legal issues. So, and that one's for mature audiences only, okay, because of what occurred on this date. I won't use the word that almost occurred, but let's just say it rhymes with date. Okay, I will talk to everyone later. Please subscribe to my channel or hit the like button. And if you're feeling it, please let me know down in the comments what you would have done in that situation. You know how we always go back and think, dang, if I wish I had thought of this, or maybe I should have done that. Tell me of some instances where you were in a similar situation and what you did to extricate yourself from it or move on past it or just how you handle it. So remember, knowledge is in the knowing, but wisdom is in the doing. And it's in our doing and in our acts that we show people how we're going to be treated and also how we treat others. Take care.